Hello, welcome back. Yes, God, I look very blonde. I know I generally look very run down. And there's no reason for it. Right, I have a haul. A haul of clothes. My quest for today, which is Wednesday. This is my day off work. Oh, I don't believe this floor is covered in bits already. Right, so I did all the cleaning. Apparently, this is my husband's hair. He says I'm the one that sheds. At least mine's very obvious. And usually it's bright red, so I can see it and get it off the floor. I did all the hoovering on Mondays. That was my day off. I did a load of listing and I did all the hoovering and cleaning, thinking that it would be clean today to do photos. So I do need to get it done sharpish. I think I can just sort of it's just bits. It's just there's hair and there's bits. It's an impossibility. Right, so I've picked up a few things over the last week. And I'd just like to get them processed. I don't particularly want to photograph these and put them on top of the stuff which I've got there, because I've got the expensive stuff which I picked up from, I wanted to say Mackie D's then, what am I talking about? Oxfam. Yeah, I've got the expensive bits there. That jacket is already photographed. It's just that there was a stain on the back, and on top of doing the cleaning on Monday, I did laundry as well, and thought that I could get this stain out that was on the back of it, and I was wrong, but it has faded it. So I just want to take a picture of the back of that, get that done. I haven't actually shown you that jacket. That is a basketball player, Dwight somebody or other, I don't know. I bought it for my husband because it's a 3XL. Fits in the shoulders. The guy must have. It fits in the arm length, but he obviously doesn't have a belly like my husband, because he's like, well, my belly looks silly in it. So that was a no-no. And I have. So this is all from Cancer Research and Bernardo's. A lot of the Bernardo's stuff has already been listed because it was books and it was in the way, and before I did all the hoovering. And I also had a jigsaw which I'd done, so I've done the jigsaw and I've listed that. So before I did that, all of that went out of the way, and there was a load of books as well. So I will show you the books that I've got here, because I've already done one job lot of these books. These aren't going to, I think I'm only going to put these on for 15 quid, just because there's not actually that much there. So the books are them. I think the last lot of the smaller ones of these, which are the little books, which do sell. I mean, when I have a flurry of sales and I suddenly sell all of these, ooh, Simply Summer. I feel like we're exiting summer really fast. I think I sort of have to get into the frame of mind for cozy season, because obviously I'm in retail and suddenly all of the summery stuff will get put to the back and all of that will happen. Yeah, so anyway, these will probably sell for £15. I've got another job lot which had some of the better ones, because it had the Take 5 book, which sells well. These are Slimming World. I haven't even said that they're Slimming World. It seems obvious to me that they're Slimming World books, but I'll always pick these up when I see them. I pay 20 to 50p for these. These ones did come in to Cancer Research, and these would go in the bin because they don't sell magazines. So I've got all of those magazines to add to it, because they were going in the bin, and I just can't. Yeah, I'm lucky. There are benefits. And then there's a load of these that were going in the bin. which made me very angry, and I took them out. When I say bin, it means they're being sent to World of Books, which number one is annoying in itself, and it taxes us. One of the things that I did get, which I've already listed from Bernardo's, was a Tolkien book, and when I was looking it up, I realised that there was this older version of the Tolkien book which had gone in the World of Books donation thing, because the cover was as tatty as this, you know, it's like hanging off and had spine damage, and I remember looking at it and thinking nothing of it. That was a £200 to £500 book, even in poor condition, so that's irritated me, but I need to move on from it. Anyway, I have paid for these. Probably not like the 50p that we have because it's going in the bin, but I mean, I think I've paid around the 3 to 5 mark for this. I don't know. I need to look at my receipt what I've actually paid. But I just didn't want them to go in the bin. So I say I would auction these, but I don't know. So the green ones of these are Crime, which isn't as popular as the orange ones, but then they can be. I mean, I've sold the Agatha Christie ones before individually for, you know, 5 to 10 to 20 pounds, and they didn't hang around because they're all gone. I may well job lot this. I don't know whether to bother looking through, because the thing is, people like to buy them for the sake of decor. I know that they're not in the best condition. That is the orange one. I've also got that Agatha Christie one, so I'll sling that in with it. I'll probably sling that one in with it because that's nothing, you know, if it was like Wuthering Heights or something, you could sell it on its own. And then weirdly, this is actually like a remake. I need to just check that it's got the right ones in it. Yeah, it has. So these remake, I'm not, my words just completely confused. Come on. So a reprint. So this says not very much. You see, it keeps talking about the 1930s. This, I think, is 1986. That can't be the case. Really? I didn't think that these had much age to them. To me, like, the 80s isn't much age, but I know that it is a lot of age to most people. Because, obviously, I'm in the age of the dinosaur now. I don't know, I can't see the publication year on this. I mean, slipcases. When did slipcases start becoming au fait? Yeah, 1985. So these were published in 1985, which makes these the younger of the book. So this technically should be less desirable, but maybe not. I mean, one of them's been read, but that makes them like the youngster of the gang, if people my age are indeed youngsters. These ones would be in 1930s, 1930s/1950s. And that's what I was saying to my boss yesterday. I was like, they survived the war and then they come here to die. But obviously not, because World of Books will make all their money out of the stuff which I don't lift. Oh God. Yeah, I know, it'll be sickening to a lot of you. Right, anyway, get the bag out of the way. These are the bits of clothing that I picked up yesterday. I want to get this done. I want to video this, process these before. So Vernon Kay is on there. I don't know if you can see. Obviously it's muted. Yeah, so Vernon Kay is on now. I want to get all this ironed and prepped and photographed before Jeremy Vine starts, because Jeremy Vine winds me up. And what with, you know, all the unrest at the minute, I don't particularly want to have to listen to it, because it's just, everybody talking about it is just winding me up. And yesterday was a very, very strange day at work. So I did go in yesterday. There was sickness. There wasn't many of us in, but there was also hardly any customers in. There was talk that there was going to be a riot nearby, and most of the other shops in the retail park, they'd put their shutters down. The customers kept coming up to me like saying, "Oh, are we expecting trouble? All the other shops have got their shutters down." Because it got to a point where I was just like, well, why don't you ask the shops that have got their shutters down, not us who haven't got our shutters down? I mean, people don't need a riot to come and steal from a charity shop, because they do it every day. Anyway, bits I've picked up. In light of that, please go to your charity shops, because yesterday the footfall was ridiculous. Although I did lots of tidying up, it was a bit depressing. The volunteers, a lot of them were scared and they went home. So obviously a lot of stuff didn't get processed. Well, so I'm not saying that it's a good thing in that respect, but it just was a general bad feeling, and yeah, didn't like it. Yeah, and the least said about that, the better. Anyway, I've got this. I probably will struggle with this, but then I just thought, God, it's cord. Summer will soon be over. Cord is a good thing. You don't really get stuck with cord. It is new label Bowden. It's £2, but it is a size like 8. Size 8, which isn't great, but then I just thought, oh, it's the style. There are people who are size 8 pockets, you know, tulip. And I find that sometimes tulip dresses, skirts are quite hard to sell. I don't know, I find generally clothing is hard to sell. This looks weird. I didn't even check this out. My boss gave me this. This isn't AllSaints, is it? Oh, I've just been buggered around with this. Yeah, my boss has handed this over to me, and I didn't even check it, because the only thing that I did check for was whether it had pit stains. I didn't actually check the label, because he just said, "Oh, it's AllSaints. Do you want this?" That's not AllSaints, is it? It may say AllSaints, but it ain't AllSaints, and the care label ain't AllSaints, unless this is really old AllSaints. Is that really old AllSaints? That is the care label. But the style of this must be like old AllSaints then. So I need to check this. I mean, this is a nice style. It's got buttons all the way up the sleeve. So I mean, this is very Victorian. So even if I don't say it's AllSaints, I can sell it on the style. It says medium, but it's very fitted. This would go with. I'm thinking of some of the stuff which I used to like wear when I was younger, and this was a fashion in the early 2000s. Because I remember getting stuff from Morgan, where they had a shop called Paper Sun, and they had stuff like this. So that may well be the old label for them before they started naming things. So I'm going to now have to do research. Not that the guild or whatever is going to have any help with that, but my God, it's so nice. It's like got double buttons as well. Oh, it's got triple buttons. This, yeah. This at first glance makes, I mean, I probably would have left that. It's just that because I was busy working and my boss just said, "Oh, do you want this?" I just sort of said, "Yeah, put it to one side. I'll have it." Right, look at that. So those are the buttons on it, like triple buttons all together. Yeah, there's something about this and that sleeve detail that I think is going to be quite desirable regardless. Obviously £3 for that, and now a chunk of research for me to do. This, I've sold this before because my husband chucked out all his Weird Fish t-shirts. So this is Weird Fish play on Pink Floyd, Shrimp Floyd. I'm going to try and get £20 for this, although there's people who've tanked the prices, but I will wait because obviously it's a discontinued design and it's extra large. £3. I'm going to go for 20 for that. And then this is it's actually quite a slim amount of stuff which I picked up yesterday. This, which is Joe Brown's. What is it? It's only a medium. Joe Brown's. I tend to get the bigger size with Joe Brown's, but that'll sell. I have sold her Joe Brown's this week, and it had skulls all over it, and that took 6 months to sell. Everything is just very slow, but it's loud. It's loud, and that should do all right. £4. I'm just gonna, because I take these labels back to work. I'm just gonna take the gift aid off and get rid of some of these hairs which do my head in. Yeah, I cut these off and I take them back to work to reuse them. Right. Oh my god, there's just bits everywhere. How is it that you can clean? So if I hadn't done the mopping, I would have been beating myself up that I should have mopped. But I have mopped, and it doesn't really seem to make much difference. Those need to go on my spreadsheet. These don't. These are already on my spreadsheet. Right. I've got this blouse. I got a blouse. So this is H&M with Gulliver. I have no clue really who this is. I have looked this up. Some of them and they are specifically this sort of like brown houndstooth. They seem to be like selling for like £100 to £200 like jacket ensemble of this in the US. So don't know how much I'm going to get for that. I'm hoping like maybe 30. I'm going to have to research that. It just, there's bits on this. Where's all this hair come from? I'm irritated because of the amount of cleaning that I have done. Right, put these over here. I have a bunch of this as well. Is from like at least 2 weeks ago, where I've washed it because I felt that things needed washing. This is Patagonia. This was £3. Patagonia. What more can you say? It's a t-shirt. 20 to 30 on that. These are, I think these are M&M. I know some people get fabulous money for this. I wish that was the case for me. I think I do have a fair amount of decent stuff. Obviously, I don't pick it up, but God, it's a waiting game. They were size 10, so that's probably not great. But they're dead stretchy. Yeah. Somebody messaged me yesterday, and I picked the message up just as I was finishing work and responded to it, and then she sent like a load more messages, and I just really regretted then messaging her at work about sizing of something. So I won't do that again. Right, yeah, I've already washed that. So this has come out of the wash. That's just been in the wash. This had stains on it. Oh, they've gone. Right, this is probably needs to be listed sharpish. Sea salt. I think the arse is dropping out of sea salt because I've got so much sea salt. You know, and large size stuff as well, and it's not selling. So, yeah, who even knows? Right, sea salt, it's a small size, it's a size 12, but it looks like a tablecloth, and somebody might want to look like they're a tablecloth. Well, I'm going to say 15 to 20 for that. Another blouse type thing here. Probably a mistake. And other stories. It's a bleeding size 8. But it's an interesting design in that there is wild running horses on that. Ding, 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 ding. And it's a very subtle. It's not like, I like horses. Here we go. It's subtle. So at a distance, you're not, you know, you don't have to tell people that you're heavily into horses. But, you know, close up, you can go, yeah, I'm a horse person. I don't even know. Again, 15 to 20. A lot of this stuff just doesn't sell like it used to. £3 on that. This I paid 2 for. Oh, there was another cos which I think it's a striped top, but it hadn't sold. I have checked this for stains, and now I feel like I didn't check it well enough. Why is it everything looks fine until I get it back here? It's literally because you've got all of this aspect windows and everything looks awful. If it is garbage, I will just tie-dye it, because yeah, I've just tie-dyed something and put it on, and you know, just why not? So it's cos. I feel like there's discoloration on the collar. I feel like there's makeup on there, but I'm not sure if there is or not. I'm not sure if it's my eyes playing a trick on me, because I've checked this so many times because of the amount of white items that I'm having to bugger around with, which is fine right now, because you know, you put the lemon on it, and you put, did I put the lemon? I put the lemon on it. I don't know. It sounds like some song. And then I put it in the sunshine, and it bleaches the stain out. But you know, that isn't going to be an option in like 2 months' time. So I can't be having like too much of this, of pit stains and makeup stains on things. Anyway, this is cos. It's medium. It's very baggy. And I think that's the sort of things that you need. It's got button cuffs. It's got contrasting material in that this like proper like shirt chambray, and then that's like jersey cotton. I think it's got everything that you want from cos, but who even knows? This is why I put things on the ironing board, and I'll put this on the ironing board and have a good look at it in a minute and see if there's a problem. I don't know. Oh my god. Right, this is a dress, but the belt is just going wild with it. Let's get this belt off. Oh my god. What's going on? Oh, it's ingrained. The way it's swung around it. It must be a wrap dress. And now I've just made it look like another tablecloth item. Right. Anyway, this is Bowden. So there we are. That's the older label of Bowden. And apparently this is a size 20. It is a wrap dress, which I don't know what is going on with this, because I've now undone it. Anyway, this is a Bowden wrap dress. I'm going to try 430 on that. That's probably a little bit overzealous. Look, pal. My patience is wearing thin. Please. Right, this has just been in the wash. Because it was pretty gross. It is still pretty gross. Well, it's clean. It had like loads of stuff in the Velcro, which I've pulled out and then washed it. It had marks on the sleeve, which I've dealt with. So that should have been sorted. It's just that there's one area where for some reason the finish is flaking off it. I do need to zip this up. So this is Berghaus. Berghaus is a brand which I completely struggle to sell. I don't even know. I I would say that about 25% of my sales go, look pal, I don't know, why is everything just trying to wind me up today? Oh, now I've zipped the lining into the zip. Look, there's something wrong with this coat. All of the mesh is stuck to the Velcro. Right, zip top. A nice Berghaus coat in size something. In size 16, so that's a good thing. The last Berghaus coat that I had sold very quickly, and very quickly was it in 2 to 3 months, which I know doesn't sound very quickly. The issue that I have is inside here, so that folds away in here, which I obviously will fold it away in here. However, for some reason, the lining in the bit that folds it away is all coming off. And there isn't really any reason for it. So, you know, I know that people think that Berghaus is like a quality item, but that to me suggests possibly it isn't. So I'll just fold that away, otherwise my aggravation with my cleaning will be even worse when I get white crispy lumps all over it. Yeah, so I'm saying £30, but maybe I'll list it for 25 because nobody wants that underneath their hairline, do they? So probably not the best buy. This is proper AllSaints. I say proper AllSaints. That the other thing's probably like phenomenal. So this is extra smalls AllSaints. It is like a coat type thing, but I don't know. This I need to work out what the hell's going on here. It's got buttons all over. I don't really know what's going on. I've probably just buttoned it wrong. Yes, it's just a coat, but it is quite nice. Belted. Well, but it's lightweight as well. It's lightweight, but also weighs a ton. It is called Lemac. They must have run out of names for things. They must be very regretful. That I'm going to have to look up because it's probably, although it looks very women's wear, it's probably utterly men's wear. Right. This dress, I kind of want to keep. Turns out that this is actually a very rare design for this brand because I've looked it up already. But there's sizing on this. It's just not right. And whenever the sizing of something isn't what it says on the label and then you list it as what it actually is, you always get complaints from people whose heads start spinning off their shoulders. So this, I think, is size 16. It's labelled size 22. But I think it fits size 16, frankly. But then if you're a size 16 and you receive this, you don't want to, because I mean this would fit me very well. This would fit me very well. I don't know if it's this, but I'm a size 14 to 16, and there's no giving that to take you to a size 22. So Lindy Bop, size 22. It's very confusing. I mean, cotton doesn't shrink, really. Not when there's a lining in it. But that... And if I put it on the mannequin, it will be very obvious that it isn't a size 22. So I don't know how to list this. And how to list it well. Because that's as far as it stretches. Unless, I mean, if you're a size 22, that I suppose it fits on your waist, but I still don't think that that's a size 22. So I may well state this a size 22, but say this will fit a size 16 to 18. It's a funny one, isn't it? Anyway, this print, I mean, I could easily keep this, but when do I wear dresses? I'm not somebody who wears a dress, and we've got milk bottle legs, and people always go, you got milk bottle legs, you know, and then I just don't wear dresses because I'm like, I can't be arsed with this. Yeah, those puffins are so cool. I really like that. Oh, do you know, it started raining and it means I've stopped sneezing, so I'm really happy about that. I've spent most of the morning sneezing. Then I've got this. I've spent £4 on the dress. I've spent £4 on that dress, which, yeah, it's because I was just like, no, it's puffins, it's lovely. Let's see if the other ones that are listed are true to size. But mind you, nobody ever puts measurements on there. Anyway, it sells for the 30 mark, and which is very good for Lindy Bob. Anyway, the next thing I've got is this Oasis t-shirt. So this I think will be a 50 quidder. This is I wrangled over this. I nearly didn't get it. So it's Tour 2009, and that's the label. And I've looked it up. I've looked at all the others which have sold for around the 50 mark, and it is genuine. It's just this part of me is just like, are you sure that this isn't bootleg? Because look at the state of this print. The print just looks like somebody's, hi, it's my first day screen printing. I'm just not so sure about that. So is it Dig the City or something? I don't know. Dig Out Your Soul. Dig the City is a garden festival they have in Manchester. Yeah, so that's, I mean, seriously, I can get £50 for this. Maybe it is a bootleg, I don't know, but it just looks very clumsily printed and very unprofessionally printed. But you know, let's face it, they're quite unprofessional, really, aren't they, Oasis? Especially at the end of it, and they were unprofessional with each other in the 90s. There's a single of them, which on the B side, it's just them having an argument on one of the records. Right, this should be quite good. This should be quite good. It's corduroy dungarees. I've paid £3 for this. They paid £3 for this because it's Free People, and nobody ever knows that Free People is Free People because it looks like that. So I'm very pleased to find that. But it's got really weird straps. So it's got straps like that, but there's no like buckle or anything to it. It is just literally a loop at the back, and then the strap goes through it, and then you've got all of this length. There is some buttons as well. It looks very weird. But obviously, you know, somebody will go for that because of what it is. So I'm thinking I should get also 50 quid for that. So I was very pleased with that. And that's pretty much it. Most of the rest of the stuff I've listed. Simon would like to show you his new cooking pot. Steady. This is my new cooking pot. I'm going to make a casserole. Yes. I've got that one. And then I've got this one. Oh, yes. So, this cooking pot, which is obviously, all right, it's Simon-sized cooking pot. is Le Creuset. I did buy these thinking I would resell them. There's another one of the yellow, so I've got 2 of the yellow. I'm still in 2 minds what I'm doing with these. So these will sell for between 10 and 20 pounds. It's not great, is it? I mean, everybody's like always shouting about Le Creuset, but it's not great. These need a further wash. I've washed them once. They weren't even dirty when I got them, but they just feel greasy. I'm going to keep these. We're going to at least keep 1, if not 2, if not all 3 of them. Not because Simon's going to make a casserole, but just because they're nice lidded dishes. They are called ramekins, these. So these are just ramekin size. However, with the ramekins that we've got, they're not lidded, and for that reason, and because the resale on them is so poor, I think I'd rather keep them for myself, because we had several ramekins, and then my husband's used, I mean, I say that they're ramekins, they're literally, I can see one sat out there on the balcony. That's what's happened to them, is they've been used as ashtrays. So some of them are some of the ramekins that we have are the Taste the Difference ones from Sainsbury's, and some of them are Charlie Brigden's Pies ramekins, which we've sort of like used before. However, it's like I said to my husband, I said, we'll keep these if you start making your really nice salsa again, because he makes fresh salsa, which is far superior and lasts longer than the other. It's just, when it's sat in the fridge, it would be nice to have something that's lidded so that it's not like discolouring in the fridge. So that's the reason why I want to keep these. I just think it would be really nice if you've got, because there's another pigeon nesting on the balcony below. I can hear the young birds' noises. So yet again, there's like millions of flies in here. We've got fly tape, and that one's disgusting. We've changed that one, and it's already got lots of little flies on it. And for that reason, if we've like got dips on the table while we're watching TV, I don't like having open dips because we've got so many little flies in here. So I'd like to have something that I can put lidded. And also, if you've got olives, you know, you peel the olives back, and then it either like you end up putting oil all over the table, or the thing just keeps flicking back. And even if you buy like dips, I just find that film on it is gross, and that's why I'd like these. So that's my reasoning. The resale is bad. If you're going to pick up Le Creuset, you've got to look it up, because it's just so hit and miss. And it's weird as well, because my boss, when I was buying these were £5 each, because I was like saying, why is it only £5? And he like says, well, when I used to work at TK Maxx, the things that always went in the sale was Le Creuset, because people don't actually want it. It's not that desirable. It always ended up in the sale. Well, I got cooking to do. I mean, doesn't he look cute with that? So yeah, that's the thing that I've got. Now I've got a cold coffee on here, which I've forgotten about. And what is it? It's 11 o'clock, so I've only got an hour of Vernon Kay. So I need to crack on. I need to get this video. I've got so many backlog videos as well, which I haven't done because I know it's been a week since I've put anything on. I've had no excuse really, just laziness. I was going to video on Monday. Now, why didn't I video on Monday? I don't know why I didn't video on Monday. I didn't video on Monday because I ended up cleaning. I don't know. I didn't video on Monday because I just thought, God, I need a day off. I'd been 4 days in the shop. So that's the weird thing, is that on Saturday, when I walked into work, there was loads of tactical vans everywhere. There was 4 protests going on. I'd already seen, they'd literally passed the end of our road, the people with the Israel flags. And I just thought, just feels like there's going to be problems today. And I'd woken up to helicopters as well. But Saturday and Sunday in the shop were really busy, which was why it was really weird that yesterday it was horrible. And the thing is, on the Saturday there was no trouble from what I could see, but apparently there was. Don't know. Take it all with a pinch of salt. However, it has also been very quiet here, and usually I'm kept awake by certain people on the street selling drugs all night, and they've been mysteriously quiet. So either they're scared or they've gone to another town to cause trouble there. Don't know. Anyway, I need to crack on. I want to get as much of this done before Jeremy Vine comes on and annoys me. So that's my mission. And then I have to do my post. So I've got a football t-shirt, Barcelona. We've only got £12 for it. Is what it is. Football shirts. Who even knows? And then I've got a pair of diesel jeans, Larky, which sold for 30. So those are the two things that I've sold. It is very diabolical at the moment. I've got no... Yeah. I've got two boxes of Lego there because I know that yet again I've failed on my Lego thing because I haven't got enough Lego on, and Lego normally takes the slack over the summer, and when clothing it doesn't sell that well. So I'm a failure, but I'm working on reversing that. Thank you for watching. I must get this on and I must crack on. Goodbye from me, goodbye from Simon, goodbye from the new cooking pots. I must return the cooking pots to the chef, who's only a chef because he's bought a recipe book. Goodbye.